sleep teaching machine. Imagine you're Tony Stark, slipping on a pair of headphones and drifting off for a night's sleep, only to wake up fluent in quantum physics and solving derivatives like they're party tricks. That's the promise of the sleep teaching machine, turning you into a genius with zero effort. Sounds epic, right? Too bad it's one of humanity's dumbest inventions. At the heart of this contraption is a hulking set of headphones, cables sprawling like fuel hoses at an airport hangar. The makers swear they'll blast lessons into your brain all night, plugging them straight into your memory. Reality check? You'll wake up with your head buzzing like an anthill got run over. When you fire it up, your brain doesn't download a single fact. Instead, you wake up in the middle of the night, eyes wide, wondering if you've fallen into a webinar on throat-soothing lozenges. The sleep teaching machine markets itself as the ultimate lazy genius toy. But in truth, it's a spectacular con. Instead of making you a brainiac, it turns you into a headache-ridden zombie. Magnetic thinking cap. Imagine strapping on a magical hat dotted with a handful of tiny magnets, convinced that by sucking in enough magnetic, solving derivative equations like finger painting and cranking out war and peace-length emails in seconds. That's the pitch for the magnetic thinking cap, promising to turn you into a prodigy overnight. Sounds epic, right? Hold your applause. This thing ranks among the dumbest inventions on Earth. On the box, the marketers gush. The magnetic thinking cap uses cutting-edge magnetic field technology to activate your alpha, beta, and theta brainwaves, unlocking your intellectual potential and boosting your IQ faster than your morning espresso. They even plaster cartoon geniuses wearing the cap, eyes blazing like car headlights, fingers flying across keyboards answering rapid-fire trivia. It feels like watching a sci-fi blockbuster trailer, fun to watch but pure hype. The reality? A few inch-wide magnets randomly stitched around the brim generate a flimsy, flickering field, nowhere near strong enough to influence the billions of neurons in your brain. Yet you're led to believe these magnets will magically attract brilliant ideas straight into your skull, just missing a straw. Let's be honest, your brain isn't a sheet of refrigerator metal. You can't magnetically drag Einstein's genius into your mind with a few tiny magnetic beads. If you actually needed a magnetic field powerful enough to affect your brain, you'd be wearing industrial electromagnets. Not these novelty puck magnets on a hat. Pet Translator Collar, you're the proud owner of a fluffy pup, straining to decode every cryptic woof woof only to have no clue what it actually wants. Enter the Pet Translator Collar, the miracle gadget that promises whenever your dog barks, you'll hear a perfectly sensible English phrase like, "I'm hungry," or "take me for a walk." But the reality behind this translation gimmick is one of humanity's most pitiful inventions. In truth, the collar is just a jumble of circuit boards listening for barks via a tiny mic, then spitting out one of a few dozen canned phrases in a flat robotic voice. The result? Your dog barks once and you get an endless loop of "I'm hungry," "Let me out," "Where's my bone?" over and over. These messages are so chaotic you can't tell real canine needs from fake. One YouTuber even tried using the collar to translate cat meows. Total fail. 3 minutes of footage yielded only "I'm hungry" over and over. The Pet Translator Collar ranks right up there with the silliest inventions ever. Solar-powered flashlight. You're stumbling through a pitch-black graveyard, wind howling like a ghost with a bad attitude, darkness wrapping around you like an icy blanket. You smack the switch over and over, waiting for that sweet glow, but nothing. Why? Because you're using a solar-powered flashlight, the daylight-only torch. Truly a masterpiece of utter uselessness. On the box, the marketing team hollers, "Solar Flash, the green tech marvel of tomorrow. No batteries, no cords, just sunlight all day long." They slather on the glossy hype of clean, green, and mean, showing beaming campers lighting up Everest's summit with an otherworldly blaze. In reality, the Solar Flash hides a tiny solar cell with the power output of a single glow-in-the-dark sticker enough to charge a sad little LED. If you're expecting Everest-level illumination, forget it. This thing is dimmer than a firefly trapped under your ceiling. When night falls, the solar flash stares back at you in shame, lying there like a melting chocolate bar. Sure, the solar-powered flashlight is a planet-friendly invention, but it's as useful as kitchen key keychain. You can soak up all the sunshine you want, but when darkness hits, you'll have to go crawling back to regular batteries. It's hands down one of humanity's silliest creations. It promises to light up the future, but ends up just toasting the past. Umbrella hats. The umbrella hat comes with a bulky plastic cap, clunky and colorful like a construction worker's hard hat. A metal frame holding a tiny umbrella, basically a clothes hanger rigged to your head. A mini nylon canopy, only about 16 to 20 inches across, barely enough space for a squirrel to take cover. You strap on the umbrella hat and step onto the sidewalk. You walk slowly, hands-free, waving at passers-by, who all stare at you like you've sprouted an alien antenna. Then a gust of wind hits. The little umbrella sags, the fabric billows, and the metal frame screeches creak, creak. You sprint off like you've just escaped a horror movie, rain pelting everywhere. The wind whisks your hat away, only to have it snag on a streetlight. You chase after it, arms flailing like you're auditioning for a passport photo. The umbrella hat's drawbacks? Its tiny diameter means sideways rain still drenches you. The metal frame creaks and shifts, and the whole thing can rip off at any moment. Its garish colors and janky design cost you a full 100 style points. Fold it wrong once, and the fabric tears like wet tissue. The umbrella hat is truly the craziest invention of the century. It promises hands-free freedom but ends up turning you into a slapstick rain chaser. It makes you the star of your own ridiculous comedy, not the hero of style or convenience. If you love the rain, just wear a proper raincoat and pop open a real umbrella. Don't let an umbrella on your head turn you into the neighborhood laughingstock. Pet Petter. You just splurged on the Pet Petter robot, touted as the ultimate luxury gadget that'll deliver human soft pets to your fur baby. Because obviously you can't stand leaving home without someone to stroke Fluff's fur. Just plug in the Pet Petter, flip the switch, and voila! Your pet gets the deluxe spa treatment. Sounds like the future, doesn't it? Reality check, it's a long way from dream to pet hair. The marketers gush, forget pricey pet sitters and begging the neighbors. The Pet Petter will stroke, massage, and comfort your pet whenever you're away. Their demo video shows a sleek white robot gliding across a dog's back like a cloud on wheels, then swiveling to gently brush a purring cat's neck with a silky silicone rake. It's as smooth as a luxury car commercial. So you instinctively hit buy now. Here's the truth. The Pet Petter is basically a lunchbox-sized robot on wheels, with a forklift-style arm and a rubber or silicone brush attachment. Its control panel has a giant start button, a gentle button, a firm button, and a stop button, each so huge you'll press the wrong one at least 3 times. You simply place the robot next to your pet, choose gentle or firm, which feels about as subtle as a brick, and hit start. The robot lurches forward, its arm pets, more like smacks, your pet's back as the wheels whir around. Newsflash, what your pet really craves is the warmth of your hand, the genuine love it's known all its life, not a cold, mechanical arm thumping against its fur. And that wraps up the world's dumbest inventions. Catch you in the next video.